The dictionary defines Braille as a form of written language for blind people in which characters are represented by patterns of raised dots that are felt with the fingertips. Or as Google puts it, Braille is a system of touch reading and writing for blind people in which raised dots represent the letters of the alphabet. It's named after this guy here, Louis Braille, a Frenchman who lost his sight as a child. He developed the first Braille code based on the French alphabet in 1824, when he was just 15 years old. Louis Braille's system was revised over the years to the point where it is now a combination of 6 raised dots arranged in a 3x2 matrix called a Braille cell. Sadly, he never received the full recognition for his invention during his lifetime, as the system was only officially recognized in France 2 years after his death in 1854. So when it comes to the world of philately, which country has the distinction of issuing the first stamp with Braille lettering? Well, that honour belongs to Brazil, who in 1974 issued this stamp with raised dots to commemorate the 5th World Council for the Welfare of the Blind that was held in Sao Paulo. And the message in Braille read, "The blind man is a participating citizen." When it comes to my particular small collection of stamps that contain Braille, well, here it is. Alright, let's look at the different stamps first, and then we'll have a look at the first aid cover. Starting with the 10-pounder first. Apparently this is the most secure stamp ever made in the UK, and the Braille dots, which are just here, just there, were an added security feature to this particular stamp. Incidentally, I have done a video discussing this stamp in detail, and if you fancy watching that after this one, then I'll leave a link to it in the top right hand corner now, so do check that one out after this. Next up is this one from Cyprus, a 68-cent stamp issued in 2009, celebrating the 200th anniversary of the birth of Louis Braille. This next one is from Ireland and was issued in 2006 and marked the 30th anniversary of the Irish Guide Dogs for the Blind. It features this eye in black ink on a white background with the 55-cent denomination in Braille. If I bring the stamp closer to the camera and tilt it, you might be able to see the Braille a little clearer now. There we go. And then finally we move on to my favourite piece, this first aid cover from the Isle of Man, which was issued on the 25th of September 1986. And that apparently was the International Year of Peace. And as we can see it here, it does say peace at Christmas. 3 stamps were issued. I've zoomed in a little closer so you can see the stamps in more detail. The 11-pence stamp shows the courtship and feeding ritual of 2 robins. And in the background, snowflakes spell out the words peace and goodwill in Braille. The 14-pence stamp shows hands and a dove, traditional symbols of peace set against a peace background. The 34-pence value shows hand signing for deaf people in the background. And again, those spell out the word peace and also highlights children of the world holding hands. We've also got these 2 cancellation marks showing the dove of peace in flight. Now I'm not sure if you can make out the Braille on this particular first aid cover. It's just situated behind this robin here, just here. In fact, let me pick the first aid cover up, give it a tilt, and you should be able to see the raised dots. Alright, there we go. I think that's a little clearer. Yep. This Braille reads peace and goodwill, the same which is on the 11p stamp. And I think that's pretty cool. This particular first aid cover was designed by Mrs. C. Corlett and was printed by the House of Quester back in the day. I do think this is one of the more interesting first aid covers that I have, simply because it's got the Braille up there. Right, that's it for this one. Feel free to add any extra information that you may have about Braille and philately in the comment section down below. If you've liked this video, then please subscribe to the channel for more content. I've also got a buy me a coffee link set up if you fancy doing just that. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until the next one, bye for now.